Hey everybody, just give me a minute to set up the chat window, and then I should be ready. Just a quick FYI, I have to set up the chat for me in a separate window if I ever want to respond, just because, yeah, Streamlabs be weird. It works for Twitch's chat, but not YouTube's for some reason. Alright, that has been set up. Just gonna check that out. Okay, no issues, no issues. Live chat. Oh, I can finally do that. I didn't know how to do live chat replay. I was just curious. I mean, should I though? I mean, you kind of have the chat window right there, but... let's try it out once, and if it doesn't work out, what's the harm? Goodness. And of course, monetization. Always have to make sure that everything is properly turned on as I start my stream up. I'm worried that I say that word monetization and then YouTube's just gonna be like, nope, you can't say that word, it's a bad word. Looks like I am streaming. Thanks, phone, for telling me. We are going to get started within the next 10 seconds. Welcome back, everybody. Dirk the Red Panda here with I.C.O. We are back with this one. This one has been a long-awaited update, just like my own VN, but we're not going to call myself out. But, yeah, I mean, Cetus has given us his great amount of work and effort and produced this. I always love playing this one, not just because I know the author, but I also just genuinely love the concept and just feel like the characters mesh really well. I did mention one of them in my tweets, but they're safe for now. Oh, Wadpaw, haven't seen you before. Maybe change their name? Hello, how are you? First one here. I'm doing great, Wadpaw. Great to see that you are the first one here. Oh, Koromaru's next. This is a surprise. Koromaru is an awesome mod of mine on my Discord server, so... He also has a Twitch, which... yeah, just look up Koromaru. I think it might be the same as his user tag here on YouTube, KoromaruGBD. But yeah, Koromaru does awesome stuff on Twitch and mods, and awesome person. Love him to pieces. We need to catch up on JoJo sometime, but I've been lazy. Oh my goodness, why are all my friends coming? Lied is here too. Good evening, Lied. I want to know how you feel about what happened in the European Cup today, or yesterday, or whatever it was. About England losing, because not sure if you're happy about that or disappointed. Depends on how you feel as somebody not in the main English section of it. Because Welsh, I think. JoJo is our life. Yes, you cannot leave JoJo once you start. I've tried, believe me. Oh, okay. So it's Koromaru_GBD. Gotcha. We're trying to get everybody connected with each other. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. First stream I've attended. That's so cool, Wadpaw. Wadpaw? Wadpaw? Man, that's a tough one for me to say for some reason. But yes, I just got the notification about this stream happening right now on my phone. That's what I was going to do, but then the 2-minute mark hit, and I had to start the stream. But anyway, great result. Nothing worse than the English fans after they win the football. Oh, that's great to hear. Oh man, it's always nice to hear about England not winning. Also, sub chat. Yes, hello from Koromaru. Anyway, let me just change out my windows here. Alrighty. So, what happened last time? I'm asking this to myself too because I forgot. But as it's coming back to me, I looked at the thumbnail for the last episode and that helped me flood the memories back into my brain. And so, turns out we had the cooking scene and all that. We got to meet some new characters. I think that was the last episode, maybe the one before. But it was like, oh my god, was this the episode where I simped over that one dog character and turned out he was married? It might have been. But yeah, basically, they were with us for this dinner thing. We made dinner, it was awesome. Then there were these awesome cookies for dessert or whatever that Shay made, and it was amazing. It was such a fun episode. I just remember it being good vibes. And that's not too common with this game because there are some psychological type of thriller elements to this. Not sure if that's how to describe it, but yeah. Anyway, are you all ready? Oh, I've been watching your vids for a while. Oh, that's cool, Wadpa. But will you ever play Echo? That one's tough because I played through 3 full routes myself. Kind of stopped playing Flynn's route after a while when I got tired and lost track of the updates. And then did Jenna's route on my channel for a little bit and then stopped that. So will I? Honestly, it's an indefinite hiatus, so I can't say that I will, but if I do, it'd be like a miracle. Anyway, let us get started. Last time we played this was in March of 2021. I saved it 3 times just to be safe. And I chose Hugo over Felix, I think, for this one. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. Just had dinner too, so hopefully no reflex. But yeah, this is where we stopped last time. We were in the bar with the jukebox and everything. Okay. Just double checking that my saves are fine. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? We are starting at the 8-minute mark. Let us begin, shall we? Time to pull on my Cetus voice. I left through the bar's doors and was greeted by Ardor's cool night air. Master Dormitory 2A. This is your morning wake-up call. I repeat, Master Dormitory 2A. This is your morning wake-up call. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Mid-alarm, just the guy reading it's just like, oh, what the hell is this word? Who the fuck gave me this script? All diurnal pilots, please report for duty. The guy's voice is starting to really piss me off. Same. There wasn't a moment of peaceful sleep last night. So it came as somewhat of a relief to finally hear the day would start. I hopped out of bed and got moving. I went back to my normal voice for a sec. A week came and went since we met Donner, and all I could think of was... not him. Was that new mission. It weighed on my brain like a stone, getting heavier as we approached the determined date. My stomach felt electric again, like the first time I stepped into a feral. It'd be always the same, or it'd be the same as always, right? Everything's going to be fine. My paws trembled, which made straightening my whiskers nearly impossible. Oh, fuck it. I need to lower the volume. I like the music, though, by the way. Nothing against the music. Just don't want to override my voice. Oh, fuck it. I splashed a face full of glacial water to wake me up and went to put on my suit. I had a little appetite, so my breakfast was light and quick. The hangar was livelier than usual. Armored transport zipping around the central runway while all manner of soldiers were scurrying around. Some talking to pilots, while others busy loading cargo into vehicles. There was a large gathering of pilots near one of the walls. That must be where they're meeting. I approached and eventually spotted Shay in the crowd, monitoring the rest of with his typical watchful demeanor. So big. Not gonna slap myself this time. I'm giving myself one strike. Morning, Commander.
Ah, Bishop. Good morning to you too.
Oh my gosh, Donner.
Hey,
There he is again.
Straps and Judah, right?
I nodded.
Nice seeing you here again. Good morning to you too, Donna.
The two exchanged a tight hug.
Sheesh, know your strength there, big guy. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna suffocate.
Shay chuckled.
If you're unable to withstand a hug, oh, then I dread to imagine your performance in the field today.
Donner scoffed.
Oh, can it? I'm just saying you've gotten fat.
Excuse me? Did you just call Shay fat? Irritation sparked over Shay's brow, and I prepared myself for a vicious roar. But instead, the tiger simply laughed and threw his huge arm over Donner's shoulder, which looked like it nearly knocked the wind out of him. Them shoulders. Sorry, I'm getting thirsty. Anyway. While the two bantered together, I looked around the hangar and spotted a massive transport right around the main gate. As I moved my water, so I don't spill it. A Goliath AT? It larger than any I've ever seen. It thick. Easily the height of Amber Lynn, but twice the length and covered in an assortment of artillery. At the base of its colossal wheels, interior police patrolled the outside while suited individuals, who I assume are cargo workers, buzzed around the vacant entrance. What's a Goliath doing here? Shay and Donner shut up for a moment and turned towards the massive vehicle. I just imagine Judah just being like, "Hey, shut up! What the hell's that thing?" And he just gets his ass kicked.
Sheesh, maneuver's not messing around.
Never seen one up close.
Not something a typical pilot will see. Think I've only ever dealt with one of those once or twice. She must be one of the newer models. It is only brought out for extremely important shipments. See one of them? You know there's good money involved. I see your priorities are noble as ever. But that's besides the point. I believe I must get to work on the mapping screen first. Right. We're waiting on the last few people to show up. Getting some of the ATs ready to roll. Last minute inspections on the ferals. How many of us? A group of around 50 ferals and 25 transports, not counting the Goliath. 5 squadrons in total, I believe. I see. Should be well fortified then. Jack's gonna explain it all anyways. How's he been? Hell if I know. Being the usual, I suppose. Word of advice, Ada.
Don't call me that.
Fine, Shula. You might want to let Shay and I handle the talking with Jack, alright?
Jackson?
Yeah, he can be a bit, unwelcoming.
I'll take your word for it then.
Excellent. Wish all my lackeys were as obedient as you. Please see all of you now. Pleasure seeing you all for now. But I have some work I need to attend to.
Goodbye, everybody. And scene. Oh god, I'm turning into a theater kid every day. Like, more and more every day.
See ya.
Jeez. He's a handful. God, if you think that's a handful, oh, wait till you see my friends. No, I'm kidding. Not throwing shade to my friends in this chat right now.
Certainly is.
Shay rolled his neck around, releasing a splitting pop that made my bones tremble. Trying to make my bones pop right now, but I can't get my neck to pop right now. Close enough. Just gonna pop my fingers instead. Oh my goodness, you've been watching me on your TV again? No, Ace, don't do this to me. Because my phone was charging. I'm only able to comment now. Nice. God, I can't believe I'm on a big screen. That makes my bones tremble.
Anyways, you had best prepare your pharaoh for today. Refill your fluid reserves. Make sure you have plenty of rations. Oh, and make sure you get your morning stretches in too.
Alright. Yeesh, you sound like mother. Not even my mom, you sound like mother.
Apologies, just need to make sure. Wink as a star comes out of my winking eye, like in Alden Manimes.
Shay, no, wait a minute. Shay would be the person who would pronounce animes amines.
Just one of them amines. I shall call you when the mission briefing is underway.
I went off to do some stretches by Scarlet Echo's compartment. Half an hour must have passed until Shay's booming voice called me over. The large crowd of pilots had grown and looked to be organizing themselves for a briefing. It's time. Well, I almost sounded happy when he's more nervous. We were separated into our squadrons and stood by as Donner and the tall ferret looked to be organizing the last few transport operators. Shay wasn't with us. Instead, he was assisting with a large display monitor. To his side, he was accompanied by a tall ferret who I don't believe I've ever seen before. She too was clad in a midnight black suit with the name Hoffman displayed on her left breast. This is her!
Morning, y'all.
Oh god, I don't remember. I do remember Gil's voice, but I need to get back. It's been forever. Summon the Australian in me. Which is like 0%.
Morning, y'all.
Hey,
Excited for today?
there we go, much better. Excited to get fucked by a tentacle bitch? Oh. Just throws away the magazine he has in his hand. I'm enthralled.
Ready as you can be when doing something like this.
Why is Hugo's voice so much easier to do than Gil's? Chat, please help me. I'm not blushing. It's the screen, I swear.
Hopefully everything goes well. Yeah, hopefully.
Gil bit his lip. Well, I guess I'm a bit
Scared? What's the matter? What's the matter, Gil? Chicken?
no, not scared, just, you know, worried about how things will play out.
Yeah, I get you.
We got Shay and Donna at least. I'm sure we'll be fine. Gil's ears twitched and a silence fell on the hangar. Tsundere moment for Gil. I'm still hyper from that song last night. I recorded that a week and a half ago. So that's why my voice sounds... That's why there's so many bad pauses and takes in that, because I did it all in one night. Anyway, fun fact. Gil's ears twitched and a silence fell on the hangar. Someone was approaching. Their hooves making resonating clacks against the floor, walking in JoJo style. I was hoping it would actually be that. Nope. Oh, Jesus. Holy fuck. I'm fucking intimidated. I see utter standards on... Or wait, is that a woman or... hold on. Let me replay the scary woman scene. Is this Lady Dimitrescu or whatever from the Resident Evil game? I'm going to assume it's a man for now. And if anything changes, it will.
I see order standards for a fit soldier seem to be lowering by the moment. But let's see how many of you survive before I make that call.
Uh-oh. We are fucked. Chapter 5, Blazing. Oh my god, he's so big! Why is everybody so big in this game? There was total silence. The hangar itself seemed to have gone mum. The tenor in his voice was omnipresent. A force which squashed the slightest distraction into nothing. I felt inferior. Bound beneath the reindeer's gaze that could meet steel. Or melt steel. Jackson began again.
Today, we are in possession of highly valuable cargo. One which could very well affect the tide of this conflict. We have been entrusted in protecting this vessel all the way to Crater Urbane. While it is a very well fortified vehicle, we have received special notice that whatever it contains is highly attractive to I.C.O. even in its inactive state. This is also compounding the fact that we'll be in a large fleet formation. The amount of energy condensed in the area will be incredibly high. Expect combat, lots of it, as well as casualties.
There was a moment of pause before he continued. Expect some of you to die. I'm scared.
However, I will not tolerate failure of any sort. Throw yourselves into the line of fire to protect the vessel. die for it if need be. If any of you even have an iota of reservations, then step away immediately and never show your face to me ever again. We are pilots at the end of the earth. We bear the weight of the world on our shoulders. Weakness in the face of adversity is intolerable. And I will only give you this one chance. If anyone has second guesses, step away. Now!
I'm in danger. Everyone was silent. Jackson's words cutting like a knife against flesh. His eyes scanned the crowd, like a predator sizing up its prey. Ironic. Was he looking for weakness? Hesitation? For a moment, I feel a creeping feeling spread throughout my nerves. What if I die? Leave Mom and Dad alone? Oh God. A sickening feeling of regret bubbled up in my pit of my stomach and I shivered. I can still get out of this, right? But my legs held firm. I can't leave. I know I can't. I can never forgive myself for that. This was the answer I choose. This is the answer I chose. I gave Gil a glance, his face filled with a resolution I can only dream of. He turned to me and flashed a reassuring smile.
We'll be okay, bud. I promise.
I cracked a smile back. Thanks.
Oh, fuck! Alright! Be quiet! On to the actual mission at hand. Grant a dollar, if you would.
Donner popped up beside Jackson and waved to the audience.
Good morning, boys and girls.
The corners of Jackson's mouth twitched, but he remained silent.
Now, I'll be explaining the mission primer in great detail. Please, attention to the map. This is a 6-day venture, to and back from the destination. The first day will be spent traversing Otto's surrounding territory until we reach Outpost Ghost. They will be recharged and rest for the night before heading across the main route to Urbane. It will take the full day and 15 hours of walking, during which we will likely be accosted by I.C.O. This will be the most dangerous leg of the journey. We'll be completely out in the open. If we make it through, we'll arrive at Outpost Haven, rest the night, and spend the final day on our way to Urbane. The last 3 days will be spent on the return trip, but I.C.O. attacks should be minimized by then.
Admiral Jackson,
Admiral Jackson, Vice Admiral Nelly, and Commander Shea will be leading the 5 squadrons. And that should be it as far as the mission details. Now, Squadron 23. You're with me in the Vanguard. Those in Convoy Group A will accompany us.
The ferret, or Nellie, spoke up as well, her voice soft, yet nearly as commanding as Jackson. Squadron 01 and Squadron 05 will be under my command and with Convoy Group B and C.
I will command the Central Formation with Squadron 34 and Convoy Group D. Leaving Squadron 15 with me and the rear guard and Convoy Group E.
The mission will proceed in an hour. You best prepare yourself in the meanwhile.
Your commander will notify you when it is time to sortie.
I feel like that is a word, but I'm too stupid to know that it was a word.
Respite in death.
We all recited in unison. Oh god, we've been in a cult this whole time!
Dismissed.
Me, when I realized that I.C.O was just a cult. Speaking of which, I need to tell Cetus that I have entered a cult. God damn. Oh, I didn't think it was that long since I talked to them. Guess I've talked with a lot of people over the past few days. Turns out I.C.O is just a big alien fighting cult. That will get him responding. Sensory harmonization at... Or, am I supposed to say that? Or am I supposed to let the machine say that? Fuck, I'm going out of harmony just trying to say it! Anyway, let's continue. Somebody mentioned Beastar Season 2, but before I quickly continue, yes, I'm looking forward to it. Did not see the Japanese, like, sub version or anything like that beforehand, so completely going in blind. Anyway. Okay, let's continue. Sorry. Sensory harmonization at optimal levels. 96 milliseconds of input latency. Slightly higher than normal.
This is Operator Royce. Communication systems are functioning fully. Primary power drive, green. Auxiliary power drive, green. Artificial optic nervous centers, green.
Permission to activate ventriloquist system?
Permission granted.
I did some test motions with my arm. Just does this. It's like, I did some test motions. Looks good. Think I'm used to the ventriloquist system's activation now. My harmonics levels were within an acceptable range. Scarlet Echo was primed for battle.
Everything looking good there, Bishop.
Affirmative, sir.
Excellent. Sime here. Have you spoken to the weapon ATs about our arsenal yet? Nothing too out of the ordinary. We do have a surplus of ammunition and rations, however.
To be expected, given the nature of this expedition.
This is Admiral Jackson. Commanders, report your squadrons in. It is time.
Lax and Emperor standing by, awaiting permission to sortie.
Royal Smoke standing by, awaiting permission to sortie.
Password Blue standing by, awaiting permission to sortie. Scarlet Echo standing by, awaiting permission to sortie.
Squadron 1-5 has reported in. Commander Unit Amber Lynn standing by, awaiting permission to sortie. Squadron 2-3 has reported in. Commander, fuck, I'm doing like a mix of like different voices. Fuck. It's sortie. Please go with sortie. I pronounce it however I want. Okay, thanks for helping me with the pronunciation, Final State. I genuinely did not know how to pronounce that word. Squadron 2-3 has reported in. Commander Unit Glory Hound stand by. Awaiting permission to sortie.
It was getting painful. I'm sorry. Did I not placate your ears? Squadron 01 and Squadron 05 have reported in. Commander Unit Selenian Salvato standing by, awaiting permission to sortie. You fucking amateurs who don't know how to pronounce that word.
All units accounted for. Requesting Gate 3A to be opened. Request accepted. This is Admiral Unit Crimson Crescendo. Mission is a go.
I love and hate that name so damn much. If only you named that character Lawrence. The T has be short. I don't know what that means, but success! Oh shit, look at him! Look at this. Is this... I feel like this might be new art. But Shay be looking... Anyway, my harmonics levels are kind of lower this time for some reason. Not as harmonic as I was before. Shay gets in, interrupting.
Separating into rearguard.
Rearguard? Where is it? Rearguard? Oh, rear guard. Sorry, I'm making myself cringe.
Separating into rearguard formation. Squadron 1-5, do you copy?
Affirmative.
Entering formation. Everything going alright?
Seems so.
Little close to my flank, Belfast. 5 meters more to the left.
Affirmative.
How's the rest of the formation holding up? Seems like everyone is in position. Making good time thus far. No setbacks for now.
Nah, collab. Get the real good mixture of voice types. Oh, Christonarch. I feel like I'm just a mutt of voice acting. I think Lied is a lot better at this novel. I agree.
Seems like everyone is in position. Making good time thus far. No setbacks for now.
We were walking carpets. We were a walking carpet of war machines, leaving a trail of deep imprints as it plowed forward. At the center of the formation was the Goliath, led by Jackson's Feral and countless armored transports decked out with heavy artillery. Look at all this heavy artillery. Already, I could see I.C.O. begin to form. Colonies began poking out from the ground and schooled around the fringes like anchovies.
Commanders, please inform your subordinates to dispatch any diminutive colonies. We're experiencing a buildup around the center of the formation. Affirmative, Admiral. This is Admiral Eckhart to Commander King. Status report. None thus far. Mega colonies are beginning to form in the distance, though. Have your snipers dispatched of them when possible. We need a clear road until we get into the Northern Passage. Affirmative, Admiral. Looks like we're already seeing action up there.
Just as I read that, I see Lied's comment. I blush. Gil said as he crushed a snail-looking I.C.O. with several tons of metal.
Jackson put us in the rear guard. Think there's a reason for that?
Not really.
Guess we're here to just keep the pace and meet with any stragglers. Perhaps he felt it was the safest position for us?
Hugo be getting hotter by the day. Not gonna lie. Once again, I simple for the I.C.O. characters 2.0. The rear guard quickly becomes the most dangerous during a retreat. In that case, we'll be expected to hold off hostilities for the rest of the fleet.
I do not see a retreat being necessary with this much firepower. At the very least, we can be rest assured that we'll be in a moderately secure position unless something really goes awry. Just keep the pace and try not to get left behind.
Ooh, this is pretty beautiful, actually. The lineless art. Oof. Whoever made this... Sorry, I'm gonna simp over all the characters and the backgrounds. By the third hour, Ardor was long behind us. a dot of light amid the vast emptiness of land. Instead of a flat, lifeless surface of dust, the terrain was uneven and rocks jutted out from the surface. The perfect territory for stealthy I.C.O.
Spotting a few sensile mega colonies, or Cecil, I can't speak, 300 meters to the front. And the signs of transformation. Their bodies look agitated. I think they're sensing something.
The formations needed to be funneled in. The pass was cramped, and the colonies had begun to grow in number. They were starting to get hostile. Some started to behave aggressively at the fringes which we needed to shun away.
They're really burning a pint in the ass right about now. Ugh. It's just the first few hours. They really want this thing that badly?
A colony attempted to ambush Hugo, but he shoved it aside with a painful and powerful strike from his shield. We reached a choke point in the Ardor passage, a thin entrance which could only barely fit our formation. And waiting there were several I.C.O. colonies, all primed and ready to strike.
Shit! Admiral, we have hostilities. Several mega colonies. Round 6 or 7. Each of them developing offensive structures. Acknowledge. Dispatch them at once, King. On it. Squadron 2-3, to me.
Oh, this is so badass.
Paladins to my flank. Keep the aggro off our snipers. I'll take the central colony. Keep the other 2 off my back. Alright? We got a lot of ass to kick, so make every shot count. Now, let's go ballistic!
Woo, look at that! The colony Donner had vanquished fell limp at Gloryhound's feet. Perfect. Donner raised one leg and stomped on it, squirting its innards like a paste. Then held up his leg again and pissed on it. The remains writhed as the wounded tissue withered into gray splotches and died.
Alert! 3 mega colonies approaching from the flank! Hold position!
Commander, 1 mega colony 100 meters behind us.
Wagner, to me! Create a duo paladin wall formation. Keep its assault at bay. Affirmative, sir. Bishop, Donato, Belfast, behind me. We will lure it in, and as it concerns itself with our defenses, use the opportunity to perform hit-and-run tactics. Prepare your weapons immediately.
There were unanimous affirmations as we scrambled to prepare. This is Judah Bishop to Carrier 3Y, requesting polearm. The transport's canopy opened, and by then, Shay was already wrestling the colony twice the size of his feral. I seized the polearm, connected the pieces together, and waited until the right moment to strike.
Wagner, to you!
Shay used the mega colony's weight against it and threw it towards Hugo, who had his massive shield at the ready.
Judah, give it hell!
Oh man, I just totally changed his voice. He rammed it to the side of the mega colony, redirecting its momentum towards me and giving me the perfect opportunity to strike. Yeah! It writhed as the tip of my weapon pierced its armor hide, gray lesions forming on the area of impact which flaked away like dust. The tension of battle was vibrant in the air. Around us, colonies had begun to form into wild structures, the sound of their erratic movements like the crunching of glass. Hugo and Shay caught the mega colony's attention, and now, Gil and I were at the work, taking slices wherever it was vulnerable.
1 mega colony downed! Squadron 01, keep the paladin formation up! Admiral, several mega colonies have broken Squadron 05's flank and is headed towards the center! Squadron 05, Form a blockade to prevent anything from entering. Squadron 3-4, you defend Goliath transport. I don't want a single tentacle touching our cargo, understood?
I heard an audible sigh of frustration from Jackson's audio channel.
What an embarrassment. Fuck. True embarrassment to the entire Corps. If you can't handle ones like these, then you're not fit to eat the shit off our hooves. Whatever happened to actual competence?
Oh dear God, he's about to kick ass.
Then I'll have to show you else how it's done.
This is so cool. Ah, why is this game so cool? Unbelievable.
You're gonna eat my words. You understand? What a waste of our time. Return to your formations. The escort continues immediately.
And just like that, the fight was over. My blood was still pumping, my heart about ready to burst. It was quiet once again. The transports began driving. The Pharaohs reformed their formation, and the whole fleet continued on as if nothing happened. The whole valley was painted yellow. Dead I.C.O. chunks were stained across the surface of the ground, while those that survived followed us meekly from a distance.
Bishop, keep up, please. You are straggling.
Oh, fuck! I hurried back to Squadron 1-5, hopping over with a writhing claw.
Squadron 05 has reported casualties, Admiral. Units Arches, Azure, and Slate's Corps were compromised during the skirmish at the flank.
Not Arches and Slate! No!
Pilots are unresponsive and presumed deceased. List them as KIA. No material recovery attempts to be made.
Affirmative. 2 already? We are in so much danger right now, holy shit. Well, they're not anyone I know, at least. Let me think about that over some M&Ms. I should do a poll on this if I should upgrade the M&Ms to sour Skittles. That would cause me real pain. The calluses have really built up, haven't they? Base Ghost was still a few hours away. How far were we into this already? 3? 4 hours? I don't know. But the fleet charged on, leaving a corpse-stained path behind us as we made our base Ghost. I'm just waiting for one of these pharaohs to be called Ocean, or something like that. Cetus, please do it. Oh, that's it already? Wow, that was a quick fight.
Battery levels?
68%. Almost nice. Zooids are still stable. Shay scribbled a few things down on the clipboard that looked way too tiny for his large paws. Large paws got me.
Power usage is a bit high.
Jawbreakers for every ellipses. Oh dear God. Are you trying to kill me? My jaws are already broken. If you hear me chewing, they're broken. Beat my record. Actually make me bleed. I've lost taste for 3 days straight one time from eating a shareable size. I challenge you.
My power usage is a bit high. Ammunition levels as well. We will need to be more conservative in our power usage for tomorrow.
That everything, Commander?
Affirmative. Restock, recharge, dinner, and then the rest of the evening is free until 2100 hours. You did wonderful, Squadron. Keep it up.
Being told we're doing wonderful. Shay beamed at us proudly before sending us to conduct maintenance on our weary ferals. I spent the next few hours working on Scarlet Echo. Now that brilliant red armor was about as busted up as Dad's older lobster traps. Gliding a paw across my side, I realized how damp it was from colonial fluid. Hey, hand me the neutralizer. Shay eyed my suit stained with yellow sludge and winced.
Not sure if it will be very effective, but...
He handed me the neutralizer rod, which I waved over my suit, the sludge bubbling and dying as it passed over, turning a crusty brown color. Well, fucked up my fursuit. What joy.
I just cleaned it overnight. I usually get the toss shit out. OxyClean. I usually get the toss shit out.
I sighed and flicked a speck of gunk off my whiskers. I was about to continue when Gil's nose twitched.
Good evening. Good evening. Donna, welcome. Is there something you require? Nope. Well, I should be doing maintenance and filing a few reports. But I got time. I just want to congratulate you guys.
Congratulate us?
Yep. Nice work out there. Doing well for a bunch of delivery boys. I welcome the praise, but the convoy division is much more than just that, Donna. I know. Still, glad to see you're still alive, Stripes. I suppose I will take that as a compliment.
As the two friends spoke, Gil seemed to be looking for an opportunity to butt in. I suppose he gave up a few seconds because he cut Shay off mid-sentence, earning a disapproving glance from the tiger.
Excuse me, Donna, sir. Hey.
God, how do I say this?
Sorry, bud. I'm taken.
Cetus, I swear to God you put this in there because of me. I hate you so much. I made that joke in my visual novel. Gil flinched and he fumbled on his words.
No, that's not what I just want to ask you something. Shoot. Well, I would like to know if you'd be willing to, teach me a few things, you know? Teach? Only, you know, if you got the time. Yeah, I've got the time. Guess I could show you a thing or three. Oh, awesome.
Donner nodded over to me.
How about you, Judah? You're a Myrmidian too. Thought you'd be interested in learning the Donna technique.
We're gonna go out back and learn the Donner technique. The Donner technique?
Oh yeah, Judah, come on.
I don't know. Wouldn't want to intrude on you guys. Baka.
Not at all. If anything, it helps learning with another classmate. Besides, I've been wanting to get some more opportunities to hang with you. 'Cause you're not taken.
But really? Hang out with me?
Yep, quality bonding time.
My whiskers twitched and I sheepishly scratched the back of my head. Well... Donner chuckled as I fumbled around and flustered.
Think you broke him there, Gil. Yeah, he does that because nice people scare him.
Fuck off. Baka. I sighed deeply.
Just like Cetus in real life.
But I suppose I could consider it.
Awesome. After dinner then? I have a few things I need to discuss with Jackson. Come find me afterwards and then we can begin. Oh, and straps!
Shay, who had been watching the whole time, hovered back into the conversation with a suspicious look on his face.
Are you going to... You know it. I need my own dummy to show off.
Shay sighed.
Very well. It has been a long while. Great. Anyways, I've screwed around long enough. I'll have to show him the ropes first, so I'll come get you when the time's right. Very well then.
With a stylish turn of his heel, Donner began heading off.
See you when I see you. See you too. Same to you. Thanks a mil, man. Well, I suppose I will see you all after dinner. Yep. Oh, it's gonna be kick-ass. Alright, well, enough fooling around, you two. There is still plenty of work to be done on your ferrules. Right. On it.
And business remained as usual, and resumed as usual. Won't lie, I'm a bit interested to see what Donner's got to offer. That will have to wait for later, however, as there's still a lot of work I need to do. What's this dog got in store for us? Dinner was the usual frozen schlock I've grown accustomed to. We're gonna take a quick break as we have dinner, or well, me just sipping water for the next few minutes, cause I be thirsty. So yep, break time now. Save. Oh boy. As in for each of them, or as in a pair. Sounds like a twisted date. Everybody knows Donner's taken. Come on. Look at the last episode. Anyway, let me just get a sip of water. That was a very good sip. I'll probably refill it over the next break. Oh god, Gil is making it sound like it is a twisted date. That's what you meant. Yeah. Kinda is, low-key. Oh boy, see, it just replied. The thumbnails are ancient. Yeah, I gotta change the thumbnail for this because, yeah, supposedly it's old. But still, Cetus, if you are watching this, this is just one big alien fighting cult. We're all gonna just punch I.C.Os and then all die together. I don't know, respite in death? Whatever. Double date, triple date, quad date. Teach me, senpai, what Gil is trying to say, but we, the audience here, take me, senpai. Gil and Judah are good couples, or maybe. Could be. I could see them working out. Like, they do really balance off each other well. Like, I'm not sure if there are going to be roots in this game or not, but I feel like if it was not, and there was only one specific person you're going after, it probably would be Gil. Hopefully I can do justice to the rest of this reading tonight and not blank out with my speaking. Anyway, dinner was the usual frozen slack I've grown accustomed to. I've gone chems on this. Alright, we're gonna continue now. Sorry, I just totally did that out of the blue. Okay, got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's continue. Dinner was the usual frozen slack I've grown accustomed to. Afterwards, Gil found me almost immediately afterwards, popping out of thin air as he usually does. After I swore a couple dozen times, he finally dragged me out to find Donner. Can't you smell him out or something?
Been trying to, at least. Bit hard when you're so close to a smelly sea otter.
I'm going to knee you in the crotch if you don't be quiet.
You're welcome to try. Now, come on.
He must have done a loop around the entire fucking base before he finally got caught in track of the dog. It was in one of the empty feral compartments, hidden away in a corner of the base. Donner's voice came from one of the bends, accompanied by another one. Jackson.
I need some M&Ms to deal with this. Sorry, where was I?
Gil leaned against the corner, ears perked in interest. I whispered into one ear, warning Gil that Jackson might kick our asses if he found it. Unfortunately, he simply hushed me.
I apologize, Admiral, but Base Ghost is also at a shortage of supplies. I've consulted with your inventory managers, and there is enough to recoup the losses from the initial trek here. We're running at a resource deficit of 13% just before the route to Urbane. 2 pilots were failed in combat today. Our flank formation is now 2 weaker. Admiral, we're also facing near daily attacks from irrelevant. This is This is against protocol, sir. This is beneath my concern. The success of this mission is everything.
Another pause. An unbearable silence, like seeing the flash of an explosion just before the shockwave.
I understand. Dismissed.
There was a scurry of pause as that poor bastard ran off. Don't really blame him, honestly.
Yeesh. He sounded like he was about to wet himself. Are you ever going to take your duties more seriously, Donna? Have you ever forgotten your day as a member of the Feral Corps?
Donner was silent for a moment.
I'll see you tomorrow.
The stomping of Jackson's hooves grew nearer. Gil and I looked at each other. I am terrified but intrigued at the same time. Did he have a plan for this, or...
Ow! Fuck! Dude, you stepped on my tail!
Jackson just passed the corner as Gil rubbed his tail tenderly. I looked at Gil stunned, unsure of what to say. But the reindeer simply passed us by without so much as a glance.
Huh. Guess that wasn't needed. Guess we got someone worse than you.
Gil looked like he was about to comment further, but I just snapped his snout shut.
You should know better than to eavesdrop.
My first stood on end.
Oh, fuck, It's fine. Took a bit longer than I would have liked. Sorry you had to say that. Came for some lessons, yeah?
I've never seen that phrase of words before. I'm confused. What does it mean? I let go of Gil's snout like a leaking barrel of water. The words come spilling out.
Well, I was thinking learning more about some of your more advanced techniques and all. Techniques, you say? Yeah, I don't think you even used a weapon out there. Nothing but your bare fists. I see.
Downer thought for a moment, purposely getting Gil impatient before finally answering.
I suppose I could. Now, before we begin, what are your typical exercises?
Well, usually a 30-minute stretch routine in the morning.
30? You usually do 20, Jude.
I made a strangling motion with my paws.
Work out the usual? It's a typical routine, more or less. Well, mine is a bit more extreme, I suppose.
Looks down to his abs.
You're gonna want to add more cardio, muscle training, and even try to get in more sparring consistently. I also heard of this new thing called Pugnu. You should try that out sometime. I get you don't typically got a lot of time, but do try it when possible. Doing so will bolster your general stamina, strength, and agility in combat, which is essential not just for my techniques, but just being a stronger unit.
Anything more geared towards an otter? My legs are kinda tiny.
Not sure. But you should still try nonetheless, Judah. We can't always avoid our weaknesses now, can we? Anyways, I guess I'll give you my first lesson of the day. Listen carefully, class. This doesn't work on every I.C.O. colony, mind you. One of the hallmarks of a good pilot is being as adaptable as the I.C.O. themselves. And considering how adaptable they are, you're gonna have to be real flexible. Now, with that in mind, let me show you my favorite technique.
Downer got into a fighting stance, his muscles bulging from his suit. Strike two, Dirk. Strike two.
We always rely on Mode A for close combat, yeah? But you do that, you're leaving yourself wide open. All the momentum you built up in Mode B is gone down. What I want to teach you here is how to transfer your Mode B's momentum into Mode A for some real damage.
Downer got down on all fours in a running stance, the usual Mode B position in the Pharaoh's cockpit. Oh, like this? Gil assumed the same position, his rump sticking in the air. Must not slap ass.
A little. Move your feet a bit back. Hey, come on, Judah.
I'm good.
Jude, you're being a butthead again.
What was that?
Come on, man. We're learning from the best.
Forgive me for not wanting to, be seen like this.
Ah, I see. Self-conscious about your ass.
The fuck? I'm offended. My ass is perfectly round and thick.
Not to fret. As I always say, strut if you got it. Like yours truly.
Sorry, I was just petting my plushie. What were you talking about? Yeah, no.
Suit yourself. Now, Gil, try it like this. An attack like this tends to work when you have a clearer beeline towards an I.C.O. colony. You'll want to use Mode B to gain as much speed as possible, and when the time is just right, jump and shift to Mode A for the attack. The timing's real difficult. Do it too early and you'll just kill your speed. Too late and you won't have enough time to transform.
I see.
Unfortunately, I don't have a ferrule to show you, but I like to do it like this.
Donner took a moment and dashed forward through the hangar.
Engage mode A.
And in a moment, he jumped, taking all the speed he gained, and threw a punch right into the ground.
Ow! Fuck! Why did I do that? Like that.
That was too perfect. I need to see that again. Perfect timing. Oh. Gil and I stared blankly at him. Real smooth there, bud.
Hey, I'm not in the pharaoh, alright? I can't be on all fours like a pharaoh can, but that's the basic idea.
Yeah, I think people are looking this way.
Let them watch. I'm the best damn thing they'll see in their entire lives anyway.
How the hell did someone like you get into the Force?
I think I see what you're going for, though. But this attack will mean we won't be able to use our weaponry, yes? Exactly. Feral weaponry is important, and learning how to use it is another field by itself. However, you can't always slow down the flow of battle just to get a weapon. Sometimes, you need to use your fists to do the work. The armor of your feral and the material of your weapons both use a synthesized union effect. That's part of why we use zooid-powered battery cells in the first place.
Start to sound like my middle school science instructor.
It's important stuff after all, Bishop. Gotta learn your basics. Wish we could use our ferals, but I'm afraid we can't exactly spare energy on something like this. But it's an invaluable tool nonetheless. One I don't see taught very often. I'd suggest learning more of how to best use your feral's paw-to-paw abilities. Sparring's a great method if you can get a willing partner. Shay and I used to do it all the time, and God goodness, I can't even speak anymore about those good times. Shay and I used to do it all the time, and I only ever even got scratched.
Wait, I only ever gotten scratched. Oh.
Shay and I used to do it all the time, and I only ever gotten scratched, like, 5 times. Teaches you reflexes, reactions, and other useful junk that you can then apply to your feral skills. Which brings me to my next lesson of the day. Students, go fetch Commander Stripes for me, would you? It's time to show you how real pilots fight.
I could be taking a nap right about now, Gil.
Come on, it's gonna be great.
Hugo yawned and rubbed his snout.
Oh, why the hell not?
The sea lion leaned against the crate, half paying attention. Downer had returned just then, followed by a rather uncertain-looking Shay.
Fine, I noticed you, Perpy. Happy now?
Followed by a rather uncertain-looking Shay. I guess word got out enough so that there was a decent audience watching from the side, eyeing from rafters or from the feet of our ferals. No, we did not see any Gil PP yet. Gil PP at 456. As I say that.
Great one, Ace.
I guess word got out enough so that there was a decent audience watching from the side, eyeing from the rafters or from the feet of their ferals.
Are you certain this is acceptable, Donna? I'm sure no one's going to mind. Besides, getting a good fight in right before bed's a perfect way to cap everything off. Well, if you insist.
Shay glanced at the three of us, and a look of resolve spread across his face.
I will not be felled so easily, Donna. I have my squadron watching over me. Stop making it more grandiose than it needs to be, alright?
The two assembled their stances, legs locked into a specific stance with their arms hooked close to their chests.
Who are you going to bet on?
Donner, probably.
Not gonna throw a bone to your dear old commander.
Hey, just being realistic.
Alright, and... go!
Before there was a moment to blink, Donner threw a jab in the flash which made impact with Shay's forearm. I winced. A punch like that could have shattered my skull. But the tiger seemed unfazed, his barrel-like arms absorbing the blow. Donner threw a few more jabs, Shay pivoting his body so that most of the impact was spread out across his arm. The dog shot another fist outwards, but overstretched, leaving the side of his body exposed, and it was then that Shay's stance broke and the tiger finally went in for a hit. It was a blur of orange as Shay rocketed his fist into a brutal uppercut. The room held its breath in anticipation for the sound of cracking bones, but it never came. Donner had sidestepped just in time, Shay's fist only nicking the tip of his ear, which was tossed over his forehead. The two exchanged a glance, the tiger's large form vulnerable now, which Shay quickly tried to rectify. All too late as the dog barreled forward, grabbing Shay by the side in an attempt to push him to the ground. But the tiger held firm, his face showing no signs of struggle. Donner, however, smirked, and he seized Shay's tail, causing the tiger's body to ripple.
Gotcha!
A gargled roar escaped from Shay's mouth, the attacking taking him by surprise and giving Donner ample time to execute clean sweeps to the tiger's legs. Shay's immense figure threatened to fall entirely, but he saved himself at just the last second, bending a knee to reassert his balance. Shay coughed a bit, his voice sounding hollow and tired. I could see it, there on his knees and stuck into the concrete. Shay's claws were gleaming, fully extended through his suit's gloves. He shot a look our way, his lips curled with teeth gnashed white and eyes flickered like an emerald inferno. He stood back up and resumed his usual fighting stance, retracting his claws but not his aura. The tiger loomed over the dog, the shadow he cast engulfing Donner. Donner, however, looked unafraid and prepared for anything Shay had to throw.
Do you say shy, dude?
Hugo glanced at Gil, his fingers rubbing through the rough patch of fuzz on his chin. I saw the burst of white as Shay bared his fangs and barreled toward Donner with arms outstretched. He was wild. Pure adrenaline and strength directed into the power of this feline. I almost wanted to avert my eyes. Was he trying to kill him? Donner tried to evade, but was scooped up in Shay's colossal grapple. He wheezed as Shay attempted to constrict him tightly into a headlock. That'd be it. That'd be his victory for him. There's no way even Donner could escape the monstrous grip. But Donner merely let out a huff as he grappled Shay back and twisted around. Suddenly, Shay's entire attack fell into the dog's favor as Donner used Shay's momentum and weight to his advantage, twirling to the side so the momentum went from tackling Donner to slipping right by him. Shay's eyes widened in surprise as he loosed a frightening yelp as Donner gave the tiger one last push. Shay lay face down. His entire body splayed flat onto the hangar floor. Before we could get up to help our felled captain, Donner was immediately at his side.
Looks like I win, yeah? Yeah.
Shay frowned with his brow furrowed, the look of utter defeat and humiliation. It seemed like he was trying to avoid our eyes even as we rushed to his side.
Come on, big guy.
Donner helped a defeated-looking Shay back onto his feet, while Gil rushed over to the scene.
Holy shit, dude!
Donner beamed up proudly to the three of us and even did some pompous waving to the now larger audience in the hangar. Shay, meanwhile, looked completely broken, staring at the floor.
Oh, don't be such a baby. Come on, you did well too.
Donner put Shay on the back. Or Donner pat Shay on the back.
I suppose. Still, was a rather, unflattering way to go. I was reckless at the end.
Donner nodded.
Yep, but that's why I got you.
Shay rubbed the scruff on his neck.
Perhaps even I still have much to learn. Hey, we all learn at a different pace. It's natural. And that was some excellent combat for the both of you, regardless. Those grapples were excellent as well. I would be interested in improving my abilities with them. Oh, if only I could find a tremendous tiger teacher to show me how it's done. That I could squeeze. Many thanks, Wagner.
Shay yawned, his mouth wide enough to fit my head into. Oh, help.
In any case, it is an early day tomorrow. We must get to sleep soon. I expect to see you all here for the mission preparations tomorrow at 0500. That's it? Or That's it. Anything can happen out there. When you least expect it. Someone you know can be taken from you in a split second. Your life can seriously be irreversibly altered at a flip of a coin. Please, stay safe. And remember how dangerous the mission ahead is.
Downer and Shay exchanged a look.
We expect there will be more fighting. And more casualties along the way. Please, stick close to me. We are in treacherous straits here, Squadron. So long as we fight, that will be a universal truth of our existence. But sure to never forget that.
Oh shit, we are back in the fight. We are back in the fire. Everybody, get ready. Ferals activated. Harmonics engaged. Suits engaged. I think I'm doing this right.
ETA 13 hours until arrival at Outpost Haven. Squadron, how are you holding up?
Fluid levels are being consumed quicker than expected.
Same here. Pace yourself there. We still have a long way to go. Batteries are also depleting at a faster rate than predicted.
And we even had spares to prepare.
These I.C.O are going crazy. This is Commander Huang to Admiral Eckhart. Come in. I'll read you loud and clear. What is your report? I.C.O combat is depleting our resources faster than anticipated. May we request a transport to replenish our supplies? Negative. I.C.O hostilities are too prevalent to risk breaking the rear guard. I will allot 5 combat ATs to your area to reduce stress on I.C.O combat. Understood.
Colonies were skirting around us in the baking heat of the wastes. This valley was boundless, stretching further than the eye could see. And yet, in its emptiness, all one could see was the advance of the I.C.O. Our fleet's size seemed to be enough to deter even a few mega-colonies. But occasionally, they get a bit bold. I turned around and spotted a medium-sized colony, rolling over with heaps of tentacles, making an aggressive approach towards Scarlet Echo. Got one behind me. It's looking pissed. Permission to eliminate target?
Permission granted.
Do I even need to ask anymore? The transport which held my polearm was right beside me at all times. The bardiche caked in yellow fluid. Engage Mode A! I grabbed my polearm and engaged the enemy. Yeah! It was nothing but a pile of mush when I finished. With that taken care of, I sighed and placed the polearm back into the transport before returning to Mode B. Another one snuck by Hugo, who didn't even notice it at first. And another, Felix, was busy crushing into pieces with the butt end of his weapon. Have you ever been on expeditions like this before, Gil?
Longest I've been out in the field was 3 days. First time having a week-long mission like this.
Wait. Is it Bardiche or Bardiche? I think it's Bardiche. Crystal, you're making me doubt myself.
But anyway, kinda cool being this far from home. Don't think I've seen any of those rock structures before.
Kind of like when I went to Colorado for my family reunion. Saw a lot of red rocks there. I was like, whoa, they're red. Probably that's what it's like out here in this world.
But yeah, I don't think I've seen any of these rock structures before. And the I.C.O look pretty different here too.
All the same to me.
Yeah, just trying to, lighten things up.
I didn't respond, and Gil seemed to quiet down too. Though, occasionally, I'd hear him humming over the radio. Humming something. Sounds kind of familiar. Guess it broke the silence. Jesus Christ! Ah!
The hell? Admiral, what is the situation? Squadron 05 is currently engaged in combat with a large mega colony.
Poor Squadron 05. F's in chat for Squadron 05.
Should we stop to assist? Negative. Continue to advance. Admiral, they may need a... That's an order, Shay. They'll take care of it. Affirmative.
The sounds of gunfire and clashing metal sang in the air as the mega colony fought with all of its might. Suddenly, there was a terrible sound of metal being torn and a large object making an impact with the ground. And afterwards, another explosion and the mega colony was blasted into a blossom of yellow gunk thanks to a few snipers. Admiral, 1 casualty sustained. Unit steadfast limits has been downed.
Is the mega colony dispatched of...
Our coordinated sniper blast eliminated around 65% of its. The rest seems to be retreating for the time being.
Excellent. Continue on. Allocated 3 combat ATs to take the fallen unit's place.
Understood. We passed forward, getting closer to the scene of the battle. Wonder if I saw them before today. Nah, I guess I'll never see them again. God. It was evening by now. God. They're everywhere. They just keep coming and coming. They won't stop. I was in mode A almost all the time now. Every minute I had to stab something to keep it from getting close. Most of the fleet was in mode A, our movement having slowed considerably. And yet, in the dark of the evening, there it was. At the end of the valley, the twinkle of a base. Outpost Haven! Just a little more. Come on. My body was on fire, the ventriloquist system doing all it could to keep me on balance. Harmonics were lower than usual, still at the same 95.7% they were in the last part. Input latency up by a few dozen milliseconds. How much longer can I last like this? 2 mega colonies making their... 2 mega colonies making their... That is a typo. 2 mega colonies making their way to Squadron 05.
Down one over in the Vanguard. Another on its way. Admiral, they're getting even more aggressive. Yes, I'm aware.
Jackson swore under his breath.
Fuck. If I'd known there'd be this much trouble. Damn.
Commander!
Yes, Belfast.
3 mega colonies on their way to rearguard. He was right. 3 hulking colonies with pincers the size of towers were crawling towards us.
Assume offensive positions. Prepare for combat.
3? We can't take 3.
Jackson, we require more support. I have no vehicles to allocate. Get closer to the formation and we'll provide assistance when necessary. Aye. Affirmative.
The first colony prepared to lunge itself, which I evaded with ease before delivering a stab right in its core. Shit! It took much more effort to wrench it from the I.C.O's body, but I got a clean wound in. A thick series of tubules slithered from the wound and onto the ground. They writhed and immediately shot their way past our guard. What? Target eliminated.
Same here. That was simple.
The rest of the colony retreated, leaving the tentacles behind. That was too easy. What? Hey, Felix. Oh, yes. Do you know anything about I.C.O behavior or the like? Why are you asking me? I'm not sure. You seem familiar with Penumbra, so let me deliberate that over some M&Ms. What do you wish to know? I.C.O cognition. Their behavior. Just now I stabbed this one mega colony and a bunch of tentacles came out and slithered away towards the Goliath. But how? Why are they obeying the original mega colony's ideas if they've been separated? Well, best way I can articulate it is that each individual zooid is its own entity. However, when it contacts to another zooid, those two zooids become their own individual. Yes, I'm aware. So, reasonably, one severed from the main colony, they should instantly take on a mind of their own. The first colony fought, the worm-like one. That thing. Jesus Christ, that thing is terrifying. It split itself in half to attack. Those two halves behaved as one even when severed. Even though the colonies were split in two, they acted as though they still belonged together. But when a colony severs parts of itself, shouldn't the new colony behave as an entirely new entity? I recall my sister studied a theory regarding that. That perhaps when severed, they may briefly maintain the original colony's intentions. Perhaps a portion of the original body's cognition is still present, and thus the severed colony maintains its goal. It's a relatively new behavior. Oh boy, we are discovering science. I believe it's only been recorded recently. New behavior? I'm sorry, I'm not aware of all the specifics. But that is a troubling thought. Felix peered down at smaller colonies. Pieces of mega colonies that were blasted away continued towards the center of the formation. On the one hand, they could just be interested in the energy of the Goliath AT. But they're behaving so erratically, as if they have no self-preservation instinct whatsoever.
They're getting through the cracks. That's gotta be how they're doing it, yeah?
Outpost Haven is close. We just need to...
Admiral, we have a report of a massive wave of colonies from the eastern flank. Vanguard is now fighting 5 mega colonies. 5! They're growing in number.
I looked towards the ground. Those tiny pieces of the colony were starting to fuse together, creating larger ones.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
In seconds, the entire wasteland was filled with them, growing larger and more vicious with each passing moment.
Hot all advance and form a blockade! Paladin units form a circle around the main transport. Snipers, Meridians position yourselves behind them. Prepare for battle. It is of utmost importance that the cargo is protected at all costs. Don't let a single one in.
The next few moments were a blur. Farrell scrambling to form the formation before the I.C.O. could compromise it. Guns fired, weapons sliced, and the I.C.O. continued to advance.
Wagner, to my side.
Shay and Hugo formed an impregnable wall. Impregnable, I'm getting too much fun out of that word. Their bulky arms raised up in defense of any attack.
Donato, Bishop, provide hit and run support when the opportunity arises. Belfast, range support.
A large colony, which squirmed and inched its way along the ground, attempted to fall on top of Hugo. The combined strength of the paladins kept it from crushing him. It was stuck. Now's my chance! I created a large gash in the colony's flank, spilling out a slew of innards. Blah, blah. Our ball continued to grow tighter as the I.C.O. kept pushing us back. But you were winning. The paladins were impenetrable, and while the I.C.O. focused on them, snipers and Myrmidians went on the offensive. Their numbers began to dwindle. We are going to make it! Hugo heaved an I.C.O. in the shape of a seashell at me, which I skewered at the tip of my stained bardiche. Shit! Fuck! The head of the bardiche was still lodged into the colony's body, doing its work killing anything it came in contact with. But my polearm... Fuck! I threw it aside. Judah to Carrier 3Y. I need back...
What's on? You've gotta be kidding me!
What? What's everyone looking at? The I.C.O. stopped. That's what they were doing. I turned to face the new threat. I was hoping it would pop up right there. They were amalgamating. An immense mass of zooids forming at the center of the formation. Colonies were tearing themselves apart to join the blob. There was a sound of an I.C.O.'s legs, and I turned to a colony barreling straight towards me. But it just rushed past me, as if I wasn't even there. It was heading towards the formation at the center of the colony. Another colony jumped over Hugo. Several more erupted from the ground and slithered away towards their mass.
I'm trying to hold them off, but... they're not! Attacking? That formation! All units, focus your efforts on eliminating that mass!
But it was too late. The mega colonies were too fast and continued piling onto it. A leg twice the size of Amber Lynn burst out of the squirming mass.
Snipers, take aim!
No effect. It's gained mass too rapidly.
Do not relent. Continue applying as much pressure as possible. All Meridian and Paladin units focus our efforts on preventing colonies from breaking through.
Shane Hugo turned to face the onslaught. Shane Hugo turned to face the onslaught, pushing back anything that tried to rush their way in. I skewered a colony, Gil slicing another one to bits, Hugo smashing one into soup, but they just kept coming. We'd injure one, or maybe totally annihilate another, but they would try to break off the dead tissue to free themselves. This is like a lizard, holy crap. Any method. They would mutilate themselves just to get that monstrosity forming behind us.
Those fuckers! Did they plan this? Oh.
I couldn't keep fighting. I had to look. We all had to look. There's no way we can keep them out like this. Oh no. Oh no! Colonies melted into the mass, softening their forms before fully assimilated into armor and legs. No matter how many we shot, no matter how many we butchered, they continued to coalesce. Our efforts, meaningless, growing higher and higher, unlike anything I've ever seen before.
That thing. It must be over 150 meters long!
Oh no. I'm in danger. Jesus Christ. God damn it. This is where you ended, you freaking monsters. Hold on, I gotta save it at the proper part. So much danger. Holy crap. To be continued. Lineart and script by Cetus. Coloring and art direction by Cody Opulus. Art help by Shin. Yeah, Shin's awesome. He also edits my videos. Check his YouTube channel out here. And it's linked in my previous music video. I.C.O. roars were created by Kaiju. YouTube channel is here. I think I linked that one down below. Editing and proofreaded by Cotton and Nawahearts. A huge special thanks to Dirk the Red Panda and Mello for programming help. Badger, Copton, and Nawahearts for writing and art direction, and Nana for creating the code and assets for the feral screens. Thank you to all my patrons. Oh, he's growing up so fast. Ah! Oh my gosh, I.C.O, it's just growing up. I remember when you were just a little kid. Support I.C.O here. Patreon should be in the description below. Let me double check. Yep, it's in the description below, so check out the description to check out the I.C.O patron. Thanks for playing, and see you in the next build. Oh my lord, what an end. This is one of the most intense cliffhangers ever. Well, let's just say we officially ended at 1:47:30. My lord. We are just absolutely... We are in an intense situation here. And I kicked the table, I'm so damn suspensed. Oh man. That was a pretty good update. I'm telling you, this game just keeps getting better and better with every update. And I feel like the development of it's going well. And yeah, it's 16 past midnight for me. Oof. It's only 9:16 for me, but yeah, for a lot of the Eastern Coast people here in the US, yeah, I totally get you. Yeah, we are done with this rendition of I.C.O. I'm looking forward to what happens after this. Like, I'm gonna be stuck in suspense probably for a while now as I work on my own game. And speaking of which, we got like our sketch nailed down for it. We should pretty much have like kind of the lining and stuff, and pretty much it should be nailed down within this next week. We're trying to go decently fast with it for this, like, you know, update, because we have kept it for a little bit longer than expected. I got a bit distracted with life and moving and stuff, but now that I'm back home, I'm gonna really try and hit the ground running, done with my vacation and all that stuff. And yeah, I tried to do this stream earlier so I could get into doing that, because like Cetus, I was once just a visual novel fan who played and read visual novels. We actually met through a visual novel Discord channel or whatever, where he did voice like Adastra or something else. We did voice something together. I forgot what, but yeah. I remember those days. But anyway, speaking of patrons, like Cetus thanked his patrons, I'm going to thank my patrons, the people that have helped me keep this channel alive in a sense, and my visual novel and all that stuff, to help me produce creative content to make this stuff more and more entertaining for y'all. So, these dorks and all, being a dork of this type, fellow dork, exclusive dork, even best boy for the highest tier, has some interesting perks, including exclusive not safe for work readings, including my uncensored version of Welcome to Tennis Ace, early access to my VN Ocean Avenue 7 days before the public release, and if you get a high enough tier, like exclusive dorks and higher, you can even do a voice commission for me, or well, I'll do a voice commission for you. That'd be so dumb if I charged you to for me to commission you. You know what I mean. But I'll do a voice commission for you for exclusive dorks and higher. But yeah, there's also other exclusive Patreon-related content, such as polls and just sketch previews for Ocean Avenue and all that, too, that come with being a dork and patron of mine. So, these are the people that helped make it happen. I want to thank them all so much. I'm going to start out with my fellow dorks, the $3 and above tier. Andrew Buenaventura, Andrew Corona, Crunchy Balls, Kiam Otter, Kuma Richards, Mogrim Wolfram, Neil, North Grizz, Ryan Atkins, Spike, Tagrin, and Type A Roth. Now, I want to give a very special thanks to my exclusive dorks. My my $10 and above tier. I didn't even mention that fellow dorks is $3 and above. But yeah, I want to give a special thanks to my exclusive dorks. Fire Knight 2008. Those are my patrons, and you can be a patron too, and you can always opt out of having your name announced if you don't feel comfortable with that or shown. But yeah, you could become one of those people on the screen there, one of my dorks and all that stuff, if you check out my Patreon and become a tiered patron. You can do that for as little as $3 a month, and yeah, it will help me to produce better content and afford better quality stuff and commission stuff. So, there is that. So, I think I'm gonna have to end things here. It's 16 past midnight for Christo Narc, and it's getting late for a lot of other people too. Maybe early for some other people on the Europe side of things. No, these are not new headphones. These are older ones, actually. I have new headphones or earbuds coming in. They're just being shipped right now. But yeah. That's also partly thanks to, being able to afford it with my Patreon stuff. But yeah, that is all for today. So, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, take care, guys.